Mukilteo, Washington, October 5th, 1990. The truck idles, shivering the rearview mirror. It had taken several attempts to get his eyeliner right, blinking and squinting at his reflection in the bathroom mirror. Now, Logan considers wiping it away, but it's too late. His bandmates are squeezed into the cab of the truck beside him, and there's no way to get rid of the eyeliner without them noticing. Of course, their noticing would mean endless ridicule. The pitch of the engine deepens, and he glances down at the tachometer, the needle dipping towards 400 RPMs. He puts slight pressure on the clutch, and the needle comes slowly back up to 700. A horn honks, and he glances up at a green light. Squeezed in the middle seat, Eric says, "Fuck you." "You know they can't hear you, right?" Ben asks. Leaning over Ben, Eric puts his head out the passenger window and shouts again as the truck picks up speed. Laughing, he lurches back into the cab, nearly knocking the truck out of gear with his knee. As the road curves towards the ferry docks, the guitar cases slide across the truck's bed and thump against the tailgate. Logan winces. Damage to his Fender Telecaster would be a significant setback. He can barely afford gas. He makes a mental note to tie down the guitar after the gig. A half-mile later, Ben points to the right and Logan turns onto the side street. The house is a dark brown split-level partway up the block. Cars line the narrow road. A half-dozen people linger near a skate ramp slanting at a shallow angle at the end of the driveway. Logan eases onto the gravel shoulder and cuts the engine. There's the rattle and clack of the plastic wheels on the pavement as a lone skateboarder kicks past. Ben drops the tailgate and starts handing down equipment. They leave Ben sitting on the tailgate with the drum kit and carry their gear inside. They don't know who lives here, but it doesn't matter. No one cares who owns the house. To care would mean that they were thinking about things like status or popularity. It would mean admitting that they cared about such things. And the only thing worth caring about, Logan thinks, is music. Even before they reach the top of the first set of stairs, there is a tangle of noise. There's the telltale synthesizer and swish of Revenge of Shinobi and the clack of controller buttons in the living room. Music crackles through his stereo, but Logan can't name the band and knows not to ask. There are 3 girls sitting at the table in the kitchen, one of them slowly rolling a joint. Every time she raises the paper to her lips to lick the adhesive, she spills the contents onto the table. Laughing, she reaches over and begins sweeping the crumbs of weed with the edge of her palm. Logan recognizes the girl from his 5th period math class, but he can't remember her name. Sensing his gaze, the girl looks up at Logan with unfocused eyes.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Ovcharuk, and I'm really glad to be here with you all for this edition of the Bushwick Book Club Seattle and Jack Straw Writers Anthology collaboration. I was paired with the writer Michael Overa, I hope I said his name right, forgive me if I didn't, on an excerpt of a longer work called No Way Home. And the thing that struck me the most about this story, I really hope y'all folks get to read the stories as you listen to the tunes and stuff. What struck me the most was the image of the truck in the story, and this old beat up truck that these, kids, young cats they're in a band, we're gonna go play in this kind of crappy basement, and there's feelings of angst and the grit in that, and that's really what spoke to me. So I wrote a tune based on that called Intake Compression Combustion Exhaust, the 4 strokes of the combustion engine. And I did a little multi-track project, and because I figured it's pretty much not very compelling to watch a dude mess around with keyboards and a computer as a visual, I enlisted the help of another great artist, an aerialist named Elizabeth Young, and she came up with a little aerial act to the music, so you'll have something else to watch. So sit back and enjoy. Thank you very much.